Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another EVE Online video. Today I will be going through a couple of the new features that have been added. Let me just get into my local fleet before I do any of this. We're here in a mining ship. I'm a bit of an industrialist, so this is what I do when I'm out in Nullsec. I've been out here for the vast majority of my time recently. So I'm going to head out to the ore belt and start talking about the two new features that have been added, the Agency and Project Discovery.
Warp drive
Oh,
active.
ore belt must have moved. I didn't get a text on warping. I tend to save where the asteroids are. So let me find the new ore belt. There we go.
Warp drive active.
If you're not accustomed to nullsec, we have the normal ore belts, but the good ore, the stuff you want, spawns in anomalies that appear in any system where sovereignty is held. So the first of the two new features I'm going to be talking about, the Agency. The first thing that you'll notice is we have this symbol at our top left. Once per 23-hour cycle, when you log in, you get an active booster like this. And it's not terribly good. It increases your speed by 3%, but it's something. I would have vastly preferred the sort of thing they had with last year's event, Shadow of the Serpentis, which gave you, I believe, 10,000 free skill points every 23 hours. But you can't get everything. The bulk of the event, though, we can get to if we click here. You'll see there's only, at time of recording, 8 days left, so by the time I release this, probably 7 in the event. Hey, we have rats on warping. I'll deal with them in a second. I'm in a Procurer, which is very tanky, so I don't really need to worry about rats short of battleships. But again, 23. It takes 23 hours for these to replace, but there will be 6 challenges, and they will give various amounts of completion points towards, or reward points, sorry, towards the event that go to get you up to 4 rewards on a character. And you can do this with multiple characters. Each character has their own reward track for this, and it can be, you can have 3 characters on an account, so you can have 3 of these running on one account at a time. Unfortunately, the rewards are not terribly good. The first reward here is a single plex, which you might be inclined to think that's really awesome, until you remember they changed plex, and that's really 1/500th of an old plex. It's worth about 3 million. The second tier is a tank booster, which actually is decent. Armor and shield repairs for 30 minutes are 3% more effective. That might actually be something that you want to use before an important fleet engagement, or when you're doing some solo PvP. Might be the best time for that. I'm not sure what it's going to sell for. It doesn't look like it will expire the way some event boosters do, though. Third reward is 4plex, so combining it with the first reward, you can get a full 100th of a 1-month subscription by doing this, which does not seem particularly good to me. And the final reward is a Tengu skin. Now, that actually, my understanding is there are no skins for Tech 3 cruisers. So this is actually the first of that sort and might be fairly valuable. I don't think anyone will have it yet because it's actually, I believe, impossible to, at this stage, have gotten to 380 reward points. As you can see, I'm at 110, almost halfway through the event. I don't think I'm on track to finish it. If I did every challenge, I maybe could. But to me, the rewards are just not worth it. I don't fly Tech 3 cruisers. I don't see the skin being so valuable that it's worth devoting all this time to, especially when some of the cruisers, like I can't fly Tech 3 cruisers, so this one, while flying a Tech 3 cruiser, do stuff. That's off the table for me. Completing combat signature site I could do, but remember that's not an anomaly, that's a signature, so I'd have to go scan it down. It would take a lot of time, especially if I'm doing this every 23 hours. The challenges seem to be similar, if not identical, every 23 hours. The ones I have been completing have sort of been coincidental. It's, destroy 25 pirate ships, which you see they warp in on the belt, so I'm doing that right now. Or kill a certain amount of bounty worth of ships, or kill ships in a mining belt. And so I've completed them entirely by accident while being here because I'm just defending myself in the belt. It'll be nice. I think I'll get to the tank booster. I don't think I'll get to the fourplex, and that's fine. I don't really think these rewards are good enough to justify sinking too much time into. If you happen to be ratting already, and want to do these, my guess is it won't take you any extra time. But if you're like me and you're an industrialist, maybe not. The second thing that I want to talk about, actually, before that, let me drop an MTU here to reel in the wrecks, and we'll get back to those wrecks in a second. Is the new Project Discovery. Now, there was a previous Project Discovery about cellular biology. For those unfamiliar, Project Discovery is EVE's attempt at sort of citizen science. And they previously partnered with some researchers working on cellular biology. They just needed people to grok a whole lot of data. And you didn't really need any sort of specialized training to do it, so they crowdsourced it. And some minor rewards were offered, small amounts of ISK in exchange for people helping to classify cell samples. This one is for finding exoplanets, planets orbiting distant stars. Based on the a tracking of the luminosity of the star, you can see at points where the planet moves between the star and where we are, and the luminosity dips off pretty sharply. It doesn't work great, but the rewards are actually pretty nice. They still reward a little bit of ISK depending on how good your accuracy with this stuff is. There's some samples sort of as a control that they've already determined, and it gives you those to keep track of your accuracy. More importantly, you see these levels up here. It gives you, every time you reach a new level, it gives you a crate with, at the beginning, one skin, and once you hit, I believe, rank 25, you get 2 skins per rank of new skins that they made for it, and those skins can be for any ship in the game. So that's very exciting to me. Also, you get, I'll classify this and we'll see the other rewards you can get. Most of these end up being no transits. You can get other rewards at certain tiers. At level 10, you get a hat your character can wear. Level 25, you get a shirt. Some more exciting ones here at level 50, you get a blueprint copy for a pacifier. That's one of the new Concorde ships they released as a gift to people who were at, I believe, FanFest. There was actually a bit of controversy over like all of someone's accounts getting one of these blueprints, but that's it's still a very valuable blueprint. It's a very good ship that there are no blueprint originals for. You can either sell this blueprint copy and make a lot of money, or build it and fly it yourself. It is, I mean, you can see if I outcome. If I look at the ship itself, it has a lot of bonuses. It has bonuses to scanning, to every sort of gun, you know, missiles, projectile turrets, hybrid turrets, energy turrets. It can cloak, and it can do data and relic sites. Also, you get bonus to security status gains, which is pretty cool. And it makes your armor repairs and shield boosters more effective. So, other stuff you can get a blueprint or a skin for the pacifier, and I believe that this is one of the ships that it's not considered a normal ship, so you can't actually get the skin from the random crates you get. I said any ship in the game. I sort of misspoke. There's some more clothes you can get, if that's your thing. And then up here at high ranks at 150 and 175, if you have been that dedicated, you can get a blueprint copy for an Enforcer, the other Eve Vegas Concorde ship, which has some similar bonuses, except it's a cruiser instead of a frigate, and a little bit bigger all around. And its corresponding skin. More clothes. That actually looks fairly cool. I would still probably sell it though. And then these glasses. I'm not sure why the capstone of this is a set of glasses, but it is. The first few ranks go pretty quickly, but once you start, I think it's like once you get past rank 30, you need 3,000 experience for each rank, which means these take a while. It does reset with every new character, so you can go to just any alt, even on the same account, and do more of this if you want more skins. Because of that, though, I believe that most skins will be fairly low value, all except the most in-demand ones. The real money makers from this are the Pacifier Blueprint, its corresponding skin, the Enforcer Blueprint, and its corresponding skin. And luckily, I'm getting kind of close to the first of those, so let me just run through some samples here so you guys can see how it goes. The vast majority of them will have no obvious transits on them. You can click the D-Trend tool. It sort of parses out solar flare data. Makes it a little easier to look at. But for the most part, you'll be marking no transits and taking that result. Some of them, this honestly might have transits, but it's a little too hard to tell. It's going to tell me I'm wrong there. A lot of them are very hard to find, and it's worth taking an accuracy hit just to kind of get through them a little faster, because honestly, if you try to track these, some inconsistencies like this spike here will throw you off, and a lot of the time you'll get it wrong anyway. And you'll end up keeping your accuracy up with some more obvious samples, and some that just as a baseline have been marked as having no transits by the devs. You can see you can go through these fairly quickly. Depending on your accuracy, you get an amount of experience. It'll probably be between 50 and 60. I think that like 50% to 70% is the easy range to hover in. I'm hoping we'll get one with an obvious transit so I can show you guys what that looks like. This is actually an unusually large number to go through with none of them. There we go. Okay, so these dips here are clear transits, and you can tell because there's the same interval between each of them, and each of them lasts for approximately the same length of time. So we do this, we mark them, we use the fold tool, make sure, yeah, they're all overlapping. We'll just put our marker in the center of that, so we have exactly where it starts and the period of the orbit, and now we can submit, and it will give us analysis successful. And you see our accuracy will go up by about 1.5%. Do just a couple more here. Now, that was one of the baselines for having no transits, and so our accuracy goes up again. You see this dip here, this probably is just an erroneous data point. It's not actually a transit. Sometimes they are marked as transits anyway, where you can see some people thought that was. I'm pretty sure it's not, though. Now, at this point, we just got a message telling us that our cargo is full, because we were mining that entire time. And that's the real strength of Project Discovery. You don't get a whole lot of money from it, and you have to put in a lot of work to get the really valuable rewards. However, you can do it while you're doing other things. Anything that doesn't require too much attention. Oh, we have hostiles in the system. You notice I keep the window for it off to the side so that if exactly this happens, two hostiles just jumped into my system, I can see that it's happening and close Project Discovery and get safe. But that's going to do it for this video. I hope that it was informative to you guys. I might make a video once I get the blueprint, sort of with me deciding what I'm going to do with it, because I don't know. I'm thinking I'm going to sell the Pacifier blueprint when I get it. But I will probably need to make a trip to HiSec to do that. So we'll see. Just to deal with the ore we've gotten here. All of this bulk stuff I tend to reprocess, with a couple of exceptions that are worth far more than they reprocess for, but none of these are those exceptions. I'm thinking about maybe making like some loot tables to see exactly what drops from what enemies, but that seems like a lot of work, which is, I guess, why no one else has done it. But it still seems like a lot of work. It's tempting, though. And put the ore in here. We can compress it. And you see I have a lot of skins here that I have that I've gotten from other from doing Project Discovery stuff. These are actually duplicate skins. I've been using the ones I get because, like I say, I don't think many will be very high value. I think that as the event continues, the price of all the skins will only go down, and you see a lot of them are worth 1 mil, 800,000, 750,000. This one you can't even sell on the market. You need contracts for. It's for a shuttle. The most valuable one I have a duplicate of is the broadsword, worth 10 mil. That would be a cool price to sell for, but I think it will go down. So yeah, I hope that this video was informative, especially on the Project Discovery side. Let me know what you guys are doing with your skins, and if you do the agency, let me know how nice the Tengu skin is. I will be watching comments for that. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.